What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. Ooh, I'm excited. Yo, I am thrilled to be here. What's poppin', family? Yo, thank you so much for rocking with me. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, please hit that follow button, that subscribe button, wherever you listen to the podcast on. Rate, review. If anything resonates from this episode, share it with a friend, right? Share it with a friend. It really helps the show to grow. My name's Jay. Yo, I'm your host. What is up? Yo, I'm just feeling good. Yo, if you didn't catch Pivotal Moments, the last one we did was with Kate Madry. Amazing conversation. Go back and listen to it, right? And of course, if you haven't already, take the disc assessment. DM me. Let's take flight, and I'll get you a flight assessment 50% off. Like, please just come. Like, I want to help you discover who you are, and like, honestly, like, just reach out to us. Write the show. If you want to share your pivotal moment, write the show. We want to hear from you as well, right? Check out don'ttouchmymindset.com, and you can follow the show at DJ Chase on Instagram or at Don't Touch My Mindset. But today's mindset. Yo, I am so happy it's Mindset Day, Wednesday. Right? Everybody would say hump day, and I'm like, nah, like we're almost there. No, dude, like we still in it. We still in it, bro. Like I'm blessed to be here. Today's about leadership. Today's mindset is develop the leader within. Develop the leader within you. We're going to talk about what is leadership, how is that, like how do we do that, development, how do we start from the inside out. Today's mindset's going to be interesting. We'll really give you guys some tools, tips, and tricks to really get yourself set on the right path of self-leadership. Let's dive. I gotta start off with a quote by the legend, the man himself, just the number one leader, honestly, in the world. He has trained leaders from every single country on the planet. Absolutely insane, right? Just an amazing inspiration. But today's quote comes from John C Maxwell. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And when I first read this quote, and then I heard this quote, and then I heard it repeated again, I was like, everything rises and falls on leadership. Like, is that, like, what does leadership even look like? But as I started to sit and meditate on this quote more, it came down to self-leadership from the inside out. How you lead yourself is going to be how the rise of anything and the fall of anything. Whether that's habits, company, business, clients, whether that's relationships, how you lead yourself, how you govern yourself is going to be the rise and fall of anything and everything, right? So this quote really resonates with me, Maxwell. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So simple, right? So how do you lead yourself? And today we're going to dive into it. And like, honestly, like, what is leadership? You know, growing up, I always thought leadership was, no disrespect, old white dude with a suit and a tie. Like, leadership was a title. Leadership was position. Leadership was like, I got to follow this person authority. I looked at leadership as almost in a bad role of like authority. Like, I never had mentorship nor leadership show up in a positive light in my way. It was always a disciplinary way. It was never, let me guide you and put you on the right track, right? So as I research and do more, and as my business developed, as I went from character development and active recovery to really doing character development in companies, it turns into leadership development, right? Overall. And leadership is not what you think it is. Leadership is not a title, right? Because if leadership was a title, I would never be in the position that I'm in now. Let me say it again for you. Like, if leadership was a title, my first title was felon. When I got out of prison in 2017, felon. I could have stopped there. There ain't no way that I'm ever going to be a leader of anything or anybody. I could have believed that, right? And that's if I believed leadership was a title. if I thought leadership was a position, I would never be doing what I'm doing right now, right? Because I would like, no, I feel like you would have to have the doctorates and all the educations and all. No, leadership is not position. Leadership is not position. So I want you to erase what you thought leadership was in your mind. And I'm going to tell you that the secret is leadership is influence. That's all it is. Influence. Leadership is influence. The influence that you have over somebody will determine the rise and fall of any relationship, business, company, corporation, anything and everything around you. How you influence them. How you influence yourself. That's what we're going to focus on today. And so how do you influence people? How do you influence yourself? You add value. You add value to people. You add value to yourself. And through the time that you spend adding value to yourself, you will be able to develop and become the leader. That's why I say today's mindset is develop the leader within you. It all starts with you. Everything rises and falls with you in your life. So I'm here to tell you to take ownership. I'm here to tell you that it's all within your grasp and all we have to do is develop. Like, I love it. So when we talk about leadership and leadership being influence, and all we have to do to influence people is add value to people, right? Your influence will run as wide as your character runs deep. So that's why I say we got to influence ourselves before we can influence anybody else. And this is why I tell all my clients, this is why I tell all the companies that I work with, please, we're doing flight assessment so we can know who we are on our core, our character, what we stand by, how we interact with people, what pace we decide to move at, how we respond to systems and procedures, and how we overcome and handle challenges and problems, but let alone make decisions. Like, who are we at our core? And what do we need to thrive and survive and lead ourselves in the best way possible in any situation that arises, right? Like, anytime I go into a company, I love it. The first thing I always ask them, I say is, talk to me about your failures. And either people get real abrasive and they don't want to, very direct or indirect and guarded about it, or people go very open. But that's what determines your character. So I ask you to think about this. Think about your failures. Who did you turn into after your biggest failure? Your biggest failure in life, who did you turn into? Because that's where your character is, right? And then we think about adding value to influence people, right? There's so many things that a leader does, but it's so simple when you break it all the way down. And one of the ways is leaders think of ways to add value to people. So I want you to think of ways to add value to yourself. Ask yourself, who did I become after my biggest failure? And then I want you to think of ways to add value to that person, because that person is who you are at your rawest. That person is your character, right? That's the person that you're building on top of. So we have to add value to that person. We have to see ourselves in a brighter light. Yo, I love this. And so as you spend time thinking about ways to add value to yourself, I want you to look for ways in front of you to add value to yourself. Think about the ways to add value to yourself, but then look for those ways in everyday situations to add value to yourself. Really think about who you are, the person you became. Think about what that person needs, how that person can thrive, and then really look for those ways in current situations that present themselves. Look for ways to add value to yourself. And another great way to one, develop your character, but the other thing that great leaders do is they do things to add value. So beyond just looking for things to add value in the current situation, do the things that you see. Do the things that you see. Go implement. You guys hear me say it all the time. Put the books down, because so many of y'all out there, when self-help turns into shelf-help, then we got a problem. It's time to implement. I want you to read one page, go implement, right? So we got to do the things that add value to ourselves, right? I'm giving you guys a formula on how to develop the leader within you, right? To be the best person that you can be, to be the best leader, to be in the best relationships, to run the best business, to run the best company, right? To have the best sobriety or the best alcohol-free journey, like to get past that probation. I'm giving you the formula here. Look, I've been there, man. There's been times where I ran from who I could be. I was on probation, right? I'm like, I just want to be a good person. That's it. This is my biggest failure. Just got out of prison, no license, It's the middle of summer, it's hot, and I don't feel like I have a single person to lean on. So I got to think of ways to add value to myself, right? I just want to be a good person. What do good people do? They read books, right? They're educated. I'm not too educated. I have to find ways to fill my time. So I have to think of ways to add value. And so what I looked for those ways to add value. Bookshops. We walked into a bookshop, bought a book that's looking for ways to add value to myself when I'm governing myself and leading myself and becoming who I think I should be, who I want to be, where I'm trying to add value to the world and be a good person. I got to become that from the inside out. That's why I say your influence will only go as wide as your character will deep. So you got to work on you. And so after I looked for those ways to add value, whether that's going to the coffee shop and checking out a bookstore, I did the things that added value. I read the books. I implemented. I live by the principles. I still do. I see the things that add value to me, and I still do those things. So, like, I'm gonna leave you with this because I promise you I'm not gonna take too much of your time. But you come first. You come first. 1,000%. You come first. So when you can put yourself first and you can think of ways to add value to yourself, you can look for ways to add value to yourself, you can do things to add value to yourself, then you can add value to others. Then you can help somebody else. Then you can start to become the leader that you're destined to be. We're all leaders. We don't got to be born a leader. That's another myth that people think about when it comes to leaders, that I can't lead because I'm not a natural born leader. Absolutely not. Leaders are developed, right? And that's what I do. I spend time with great leaders and help them achieve, maintain, and grow at greater levels. That's what I do. And so the thing about it is that we got to look at who we are, who we become after our greatest failures, and then really add value to ourselves, and then we go add value to others. And leaders go look for the people that they add value to, right? They go look for those people. They don't let those people come to them. They don't give them permission to lead them, right? They don't say that, oh, you should follow me because of my productivity. No, because leaders get stuck after they think that it's all about results, where they think it's about title, where they think it's about permission. Leadership is about developing people, right? I become better as a human being, as a leader, when I'm empowering you. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Man, I hope you're feeling inspired. I hope you're feeling motivated. Yo, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Yo, we are back next Wednesday with a brand new mindset. Yo, we're back this weekend with brand new pivotal moments. Close out July. Shout out to my people who are doing dry January too. Like, keep rocking. Keep rocking. You almost there. And I challenge you to think about, like, what's next. Like, if you can do dry January, like, what's next? Like, what did you accomplish? What got better? If you did go back to your old habits, would you be able to maintain what you've already accomplished within these first 30 days? Just ask yourself that. I love you guys. Yo, keep rocking, keep going. Until next Wednesday, until next Mindset Day, stay focused, stay inspired, stay connected, and please, don't let anyone touch your mindset.